So to continue off of last week's Feel Good Friday video where I spoke about why if you have back pain, you don't want to focus on flexibility and mobility exercises until you become more stable and strong. This week I want to get into more detail as to why I recommended that. So what you want to do to not stretch, so one thing you do want to do is self-myofascial release, also known as SMR or foam rolling. To find knots that you may have, usually around the hips, sometimes in the thigh area, and you want to break up those knots to help release, the tension, and it will help release the back while you are making the muscles that are weak stronger. So you don't want to keep doing stretching, because if you keep doing stretching, you can actually make the knots tighter. How is that possible? I will show you. So pretend this elastic is your muscles. So, and you have the knot, and this is the knot that you would break up with the self-myofascial release, whereas if you try to stretch it, you're just making the knot tighter. And the more you stretch it, the tighter the knot gets. And if you're not breaking it up with the self-myofascial release, it's going to get tighter and tighter, which is going to cause the pain to get worse and worse. So you want to, figure out where those knots are and either get a foam roller, or if you're more sadistic, a softball, to really kind of get into those areas and break everything up. Now, I do recommend that, even though I said a softball, because there are some points in the hips that are kind of hard to get to, you want to stick to a foam roller that's not quite as dense to start with. Because if you're just going into foam rolling and you use one of the more firm foam rollers, and they can get pretty hard, you could actually exacerbate the problem, because your body will freak out due to you digging in there and the pain you're causing yourself, that will actually make the knots worse. So start off with, I believe the light blue ones you can get on Perform Better are pretty decent, and I do know some people that even need a pool noodle because they are that messed up. But I would start with the blue ones, which have quite a bit of give to them, and then work your way up to the black ones, and stay away from the PVC pipe. We used to use that a lot back in the day, and then we realized that that was probably making everybody's problem worse. So remember, no stretching exercises, like very little, like maybe stretch your hip flexor, but otherwise stay away from stretching most muscles, especially your lower back. I will get into why that is next week, because this video is already going long. So again, self-myofascial release, break up all the knots. Remember, no stretching, because it just makes the knot tighter and tighter. And then come back next week to see why, if you do stretch, it makes everything feel good, but it's actually really bad for you. So if you have any other questions about how to relieve your back pain, leave them below in the comments, or direct message me, and we will set up a call and go over whatever questions you have for that. So this is Paul F. Sweat, certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach, signing off. Until next time, train smart, train hard, train safe, train the sweat.